The New York Attorney General is investigating a developing scandal in the world of daily fantasy sports league. And many of you play them. And according to a New York Times report, two major fantasy sports companies are involved, and a worker allegedly used insider knowledge to win hundreds of thousands of dollars. WIAT 42 News anchor Jim Dunaway reports on this.
The ads are everywhere, and if you believe what they say, so is the money.
1 week fantasy football leagues are paying $75 million a week.
But the business model is under the microscope after allegations of what essentially amounts to insider trading. According to the New York Times, a DraftKings employee admitted to releasing data early on what specific players were the most used in starting lineups ahead of Week 3 NFL games. The employee went on to win $350,000 later that week, betting on rival fantasy football website FanDuel.
It gives somebody an edge.
In a joint statement, DraftKings and FanDuel say employees with access to this data are rigorously monitored by internal fraud control teams, and we have no evidence that anyone has misused it. Now, the sites use a relatively new format, paying out massive cash prizes on a daily or weekly basis instead of season-long traditional fantasy leagues. The federal government doesn't define it as gambling, instead calling it a game of skill.
This business is very unregulated. I mean, seriously, we've come a long way from the dorm room playing amongst your friends to now the corporate sphere that is fantasy football.